My name's Chris Footman. I'm from Turkey Beach. I fish generally up around in the 7 Mile area, Turkey Beach, down as far as Busted Head. I haven't fished in there so much of late, considering the amount of fish we've been getting infected.
What have you noticed? What was some of the more noticeable experiences?
Well, it's more the, in particular, the shark, is the red rashing and sort of the small ulcerations they're getting on them.
What percentage, Chris?
Well, the night we went out of here, I'd say a third of the sharks. So you're looking at 33% or so.
And where are the rashes?
Well, it varies. Mainly around the anal fin,
Yep.
up on top of it, behind the dorsal.
Yeah.
And some of them are just all up the belly side of it.
Right.
But what I have been noticing with the shark is it's when you throw it out of the water
Yeah.
for a little while, the blood actually sort of bleeds in through the skin, like it gets like blood forming on top of the shark skin.
Right.
And if you get the back of your knife and scrape that away,
Yeah.
it's like the sandpaper part's gone off the shark, and
Right.
it's just the thin skin. It looks
Right.
like it's sort of bleeding through.
Okay.
With the whiting and that, it's the raising of the scale, and you're
Yep.
getting in little bits of redness around it and lifting up. As far as I know, according to the government guys that I took out, once the parasite enters the fish, ultimately the fish will die. And
Right.
we had up to 30% of our fish
Of the whiting.
of the whiting that we had caught had some sort of marks and stuff like that on them, and ultimately the fish more than likely will die.
What about you?
From
You also
stops.
get mullet, is that Chris?
Yes, there's mullet. I sent you some email today, a photograph of mullet of just what you'll see, basically
Right.
just the scale lifting and the redness behind it. There's a diamond scale that I showed you.
What percentage of those were you
Well,
taking
we
them
hadn't
in the
caught a
sea?
lot of them, but mullet, it varies on where you go. We threw, I'd say, probably 50% of it away one day, in particular, about 100 kilos we threw over out of 200 kilos.
Where was that?
That was up in the 7 Mile behind Hummingkill Island.
And why did you throw away half it?
Because I was just fear of not knowing what it was. I didn't want to pass on any, if it was infectious or...
What did you see on the half you threw away?
Well, basically redness in the fin area, again lifting of the scale, underneath
Right.
the scale,
Yep.
and it just in various different areas. You just experience this full-on redness like through the fin,
Right.
and again with whiting too. I've noticed some get a real red line, and in the top of the fin and
Right.
down in their mouths, and it goes right up into their head. Just
Right.
a real solid redness.
That's unusual.
Never seen it. Never ever seen it in my life.
How long have you been fishing?
25 years.
Right. Have you had these sorts of experiences after any floods or anything in the past?
After initial flooding, you'll get things like brim, mullet, which gets ulcerated sores on it. But this
Yep.
isn't like that. It's not like this rashing or lifting
Right.
the scales. These are prominent, distinct ulcerated sores
Right.
that they get where they just obviously come into contact with the total fresh. But that only lasts for a very short period of time, within a month or two. That sort of stuff just wipes out as it all gets salted up again. And obviously
And
those fish die out.
have you noticed anything in terms of fish stocks and volumes around the area?
Oh, it absolutely declined. I mean, I've been on this for a little while, and it's declining at a very, very rapid rate. I just, like I said,
what
I'm
percentage terms, Chris?
Geez, well, the last time I went fishing in the local area of Turkey, I think we got 14 kilos of whiting for the day, which were good tides that particular time, and we should have, easily got around 100 kilos at least for particular shots that I'd sort of do.
And some of them were healthy, or all of them were healthy, or?
No, most of them had lesions and marks on them, but government had basically said by then that they didn't think there was any sort of health risk to human consumption, more to fish sort of thing. So I did actually pick out a fair bit of that stuff that I thought was all right.
Of the 14 kilos, yeah.
Oh, that 14 kilos, no, we didn't even sell that, I'm afraid. It wasn't worth doing any with, as we can't sell. Well, I'm going to, move out. I'm going to, if I'll see how things pan out in the long run, but I truly believe our fishing future here is gone.